compromise beats.
Some of them are really funny. There's some clever motherfuckers out there.
Yeah, some YouTube people are pretty funny.
I mean, whether it's YouTube comments or Instagram comments or people tweeting me, I feel like at this stage in life right now, I have a good comment filter. So I know like who's a troll, I know who's serious, I know who's just being negative, I know who's trying to be like constructive in their criticisms. But when I first got onto YouTube and started doing this shit, everything meant something to me. Everything, fuck every motherfucker.
You would reply?
Yeah, I would reply. I mean, this was almost over 10 years ago. On MySpace, all that shit. People that come, oh, what's up? You wanna fucking fight? All right, let's meet, motherfucker. Buy me a plane ticket. I'll fucking beat your ass in Indiana, bitch.
What about you guys?
It doesn't bother me.
Did it bother you in the beginning though?
You also weren't in the limelight that much though.
Yeah, I think I got eased into it, to be honest, because I saw like if y'all got like some nasty comments on you guys, I'm like, oh, that sucks. Or you guys got really good comments, I'm like, oh, that's cool. They really like you guys. And then you see the people in person, like we meet fans. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And I kind of see your interactions and stuff. And by the time I got to where I'm at now, I guess, like, kind of following in your footsteps, I kind of handle the comments in a similar fashion now.
For me, when I first started, they would get to me. I was definitely affected by it because I didn't have like the highest self-esteem. Like I didn't have low self-esteem, but I just didn't have like, I just wasn't comfortable with myself. So whenever I was like subjected to being in front of the camera, I would like, you know, I'm curious to see how my performance was and then what, you know, hearing feedback. And at that time, I didn't really understand what being a troll was. So when I would read these comments, I'm like, oh fuck, they noticed that, or like any like insecurity that I had about myself, they would call that out, and I'm like, oh my god, the whole world can see fuck. Like, they would challenge like my intellect. I'm like, fuck, dude, that sucks. Like I'm a fucking idiot. Like I don't, like I gotta change the way I speak, or I gotta change my demeanor. I have to like change myself basically, because like one side of it they liked it, but then the other side didn't like it. So I'm like, okay, I gotta cater to the people that like me, but then at the same time, the stuff that they don't like about me, I gotta change that. I think these two guys would bash me harder than anyone else in the comments.
They're commenting from their accounts. Fuck you.
It's all
I think they would bash me harder than anyone in the comments. That I'm like, I mean, these guys don't mean shit.
And then David came
too.
along. He went so hard, I just backed off.
No, it's not finger food.
McDonald's is not finger food. A chicken McNugget is not a finger food.
It is finger food, I agree.
Are you fucking shitting me right now? You have said a lot of dumb things in your life, and this is the first time you said something where I actually want to throw this axe in your fucking face.
But it definitely hurts. Like, I think a lot of people forget that we're still human at the end of the day. Yeah, we do this for a living, but it's like, I have a heart.
The girls get it harder than we do. Like when we first started to just randomly, I want to fucking come on her face.
Yeah.
I'm like, you think that's a compliment, fool? Like for guys, that's a compliment, but you don't say that to a girl. They'll take it as like, what the fuck, weirdo?
I think for me it was a little bit different because before I got in the public eye, I was already a creature of the internet. I was already on the internet and reading all these comments and this and that, whatever. So I kind of got a good idea of, you know, who's ultimately a troll already, who's looking for a reaction, and it didn't really bother me. Early on, I wanted to be a model since I was like 4, and one of the first things you learn is learn how to take rejection and criticism well, because it'll help you. So it kind of just rolled off my back, you know, whenever I read comments like that. But I do have a problem with letting stupidity pass. Like I try to control it. Like I'll read a stupid comment, I'm just like, oh my god, and like I have to just say something. For instance, a picture on your Instagram with the bears covered in black ash.
Blackface.
And someone said blackface. Like it took every fiber of my being not to be like, you're a fucking dumbass, you know? And sometimes it still slips out, but it's okay.
Instagram comments, it does get to you. Like even for someone like me who really doesn't give a fuck about a lot of stuff, like I already feel like the sensitivity that I should have as a human being, I lack a lot of that. And I think that's the reason why, like when Uncle Sam first came on the scene, I had braces. Like I put the worst self into the limelight.
Biển đỏ xinh lạc đặc đường ngạc đỉnh ơi mà.
That shows how much I don't give a fuck. And then at that time, I wore the same T-shirt every single day. It's not the same I washed.
That's the difference.
I just had 10 of those T-shirts. So I would wear the same exact T-shirt every day. And like that's so for someone that didn't really give a fuck about anything, kind of like what Joe was saying, like I kind of developed a comment bullshit filter, but I almost feel like I'm now like a psychic. Like from reading a comment, I'm like, oh, I know your mom didn't love you when you were 5. Or I'll read another one. I'm like, oh, your dad cheated on your mom. Ah, that sucks. Or like your mom caught you jacking off. Like occasionally, I think maybe like once every month, I might get something that gets under my skin, kind of like the video that we shot that we're really, really proud of.
Yeah.
And immediately people would jump to conclusions. And then at that point, I saw in your comments, so I'm like, what the fuck? How dumb are these people? I'm like, they're just gonna mold themselves because once they watch the video, they're gonna be like, okay, I'm a fucking idiot. So
I hope they catch that.
I hope they watched it. Yeah. That'd be
I get
funny.
excited when you comment on my stuff because Bart never comments on
I know
anyone's
when he
stuff.
comments on my stuff too.
I'm like,
it's
yay!
You comment every now and then, no?
There's times where someone will be like, oh, Bart looks like a bitch here. And then he'll write, you're not gonna say that when I'm fucking your ass up. And he's like, oh.
Did I really say stuff like that?
Yeah.
I just see him go LOL.
That's all he ever comments.
LOL.
He usually comments on my stuff if there's an animal involved. He's like, oh, that's cute. And then, I was like, yes, Bart comments on my stuff.
For me, growing up, I was always the type of person that as soon as I heard something negative about me, like for example, when I was little, I was an only child, and a lot of my cousins that I would hang around with, they would always tell me, because I was an only child and my dad kind of spoiled me, I tended to be very bossy, like with my cousins and stuff. And I remember one time they were like talking about me like off to the side, and I remember overhearing like, man, let's not hang out with Tiffany anymore. She's so bossy. And like that really got to me. So I'm like, bossy, oh my god. Yeah, I was like that. Yeah, that was my experience. Yeah, so then like because like that was like the earliest like comment experience that I remember that it really like changed me, because I'm like, oh my god, I can't be bossy. Like I have to try everything I can in my power, like to change the tone of my voice, like try to like use certain phrases so I wouldn't sound bossy and like things like that. So getting on YouTube and like being on JK was really nice, and I don't know what the fuck happened to the internet, but now everyone is so mean. I try for it to not get to me, because I'm like, okay, these kids are probably like 11. They're like, what their opinion doesn't mean that much. I don't even know them. Like I try to tell myself that, but then like that like I don't know what it is, but like deep down inside of me, I'm just like, but they're wrong, but they don't know me, but that's not true. Like,
because you're being misunderstood.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the hardest part. Like reading comments and like being misunderstood. That's the part that really gets to me, and I try like for it to not get to me, but it still does. I'll show Casey, I'm like, look what this person said. Like, is it true? Like, do I really sound like that? Did I come off like that in the video, or am I really stupid? Because they're calling me stupid.
No.
And then like
He's gonna be like, of course you are, but who cares? You have all these followers, you're happy, you have great friends, what the fuck do they got?
Exactly. So
Their dad fucking touches them.
And that's why I'm like so grateful for you, because you hear me, like cry to you, like not literally cry, but
That's
complain. Yeah, exactly.
That's so
And
awesome.
you're so amazing, because he does, like, you bring my self-esteem back up.
Because
Like,
I bring it down for people around me. Like, you're being a fucking bitch. You shut the fuck up and bring yourself back up. I gotta learn from you, Casey.
he has tact when it comes to that.
Fuck.
That's so cute.
My experience is very similar to yours, Tiff. Cause I never imagined becoming like a public figure, but then when I did the beginning, it felt really nice, because then everyone only had like nice things to say, but then the more you're on camera, like the more people get to see you. Any action, anything that you say can be misunderstood, or like they can just hear it in a different way, and like that wasn't your intention, and like people just take it that way. Because they take it out of hand, that's where the misconception comes, and that's where the fear comes, where it's just like, fuck, well, I didn't mean to offend you that way. Or it's like, oh man, like maybe I was an idiot at that time. Like it just didn't click to me. It's like, but I'm human, I make mistakes, like that happens. Like you don't think like that ever happens to you? Or it's just like, well, I made this mistake, but I knew somebody else in the group made the same exact move, but they didn't get shit for it.
You know what's crazy? Because all the stuff that you're saying
Yeah.
is just so it's just around like really positive things though. They're like around gameplay,
Yeah, and it's
around like makeup stuff.
and it's like crazy
Yeah,
because
because they expect us to be perfect humans and say
Yeah.
the perfect thing and be the perfect.
and like
we can't. We're human.
yeah, and it just kind of gets me just a little, just for personal reasons, because it's more of like, well, I want to be the best person I want, like that I can. So like, if I come off like I'm being a real bitch or a real asshole, that's something I would personally want to change. Like if I sounded really ignorant in a particular subject, yeah, that's something I would want to improve on, right? But then like when they keep hitting you on it, and it's just like, well, you know, you don't play the game with everybody here. Like everybody here has like crazy gameplay. Like I don't know what the heck's going
That's
on.
true. They
And
can't
then-
beat me.
Yeah, and then there's just like, well,
That's why I'm gonna kill you first.
if there's like any comments that is like saying that like I couldn't keep up, like that really sucks because I'm trying my best, and like I have to rationalize to myself like, well, let me think, like,
It's because their daddy touches them.
yeah, it's like, well, like let me think about this way. If you were in my position and you played with them, I'm pretty sure you would be exactly the same way.
They wouldn't even be able to hang with you though. That's the thing. If there was
Yeah.
5 Julias, the people that are talking shit, they wouldn't even be able to hang with you.
Yeah, and you know what's so crazy is that when I play games with like my friends, like they think I'm the crazy one, and I'm like, are you guys serious? You guys are too safe.
But overall, at the end of the day, I think it's better that we're in the public eye because we get to experience something in life that not a lot of people get to. So it sucks because we have a lot of people talking shit and all the negative stuff. But it's also awesome too because we affect a lot of people positively,
Very
and then they bring us up when we're down. Like when tragedies happen, we have thousands of people who care about us and want to lift us up. So there's a lot of good parts to that too. And at the end of the day, we get to experience this part of life where no one we know, like our parents, our family members, they don't know what it's like to have a trillion people fucking talking shit and loving you at the same time.
Yeah. And it's cool. That's
Yeah.
it's the good and positive comments and experiences that make it all worthwhile.